Hello guys and welcome back in this episode number 7 of turning a boring daily driving engine into a tuner dream engine. And in this video I'm gonna take a 1960 inline 6 engine and turn it into, and then make it put some good power of it, make it reliable, and then go to 2017 and see what can we do to make this engine more tuner like life. So let's start with an inline 6. As you can see, the year is 1960. Cast iron block, 95mm for the bore, 94.1mm for the stroke, which equals 4 liters. Pushrod valve terrain with 2 valves per cylinder, cast iron head, cast iron crank, cast connecting rods, cast pistons, the whole cast deal. And as we all know, in 1960s and even 70s and 50s, most engines, actually 70s, they used some high compression engines, but in the 60s and 50s and before them, all engines used to be running with the low compression ratio, so 8.5 to 1. I'm gonna say 30 here. Let's see, naturally aspirated. Right, this engine, let's see if it's a single barrel. This is how it looks: standard, performance, or race, twin or triple. This is the eco. As you can see, the shape of the carburetor itself is different: twin or triple. Right, 2 barrel. Can put 2 on this engine. DCOE, which is the Italian version of the carburetor, we can put twin or triple, which is awesome. And the 4 barrel, of course, we can put a single one or a twin one. And these carburetors, these in particular, reminds me with the Holley carburetors. I'm not really familiar with them, but I watch a lot of muscle car shows on YouTube, from Motor Trend on Demand also, and I know and I love the shape of a 4 barrel. So since this is 1960, let's go with eco or 2 barrel, maybe a single one, 120 horsepower. That's how we can get. A single one here will make 241 horsepower. DCOE of 900 horsepower. These are designed for a sporty. A single regular one, 95 or 191 or 286. Let's see what's the cost here. A single one would cost 166, right? And in the eco, it's cheaper. Here 225, which is more expensive. Here 400, and a single one here 300. So let's stick with twin single barrel carburetors. Right. Let's see, 92 octane fuel, of course standard, not performance. 13.7. Ignition timing should be really low or really retarded. Let's see the engine RPM. I'm gonna go with 4,400, 4,400, yes. And cast log, the crappiest one. Baffled reverse flow, and yes, the engine is knocking, and we have some valve float. Right. So the first thing we should attack is the valve float. Right, 3. Let's put a lower compression ratio pistons. Wow, 7.8 to 1, which is really low. Right, the exhaust So this engine prefers the, what do you call it, the back pressure. Right, so 190 pound-feet, 124 horsepower, plus one quality here. Right, and everything is looking. You want to know what's the difference between a single barrel and a single barrel eco? Check this out. We are running on 13.7, and if I put the eco, this is the 13.7 will be too rich. As you can see, the engine is running too rich. So yes, we can decrease it, but the engine will knock. You have to keep that in your mind. So let's use a twin one. Now let's decrease the compression ratio. As you can see here. Right. As you can see, 14.3, which consider somehow close to rich. So 112 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque, but with a little bit more fuel efficiency and this look. So now I'm gonna go back with a single barrel twin carburetors and 14, and increase the ignition timing. Yes, 125 horsepower and 191 pound-feet of torque. Perfect. Now let's hear this bad boy. As you can see, the torque is at low RPM because you know, in these years, 1950s, 60s, these big engines, you know, they are used in big luxury cars or big heavy cars, so they only care about the torque at low RPM, so they can move that heavy weight. So we are running on 92. Let me use the shortcut because we just 140 horsepower, 195 pounds of torque. Right, more fuel in, more ignition timing. 152 horsepower and 217 pound-feet of torque, which is good for its size in 1960. Let's hear it again. Let's see inside it. This is an inline 6 with pushrod valve terrain system. 1960. As you can see, the engine is under stress because it always runs on low RPM. It doesn't need to rev. I mean, if you want to keep your mileage high and use all the torque, just keep it below 2000 RPM and you'll be good. So that's the engine from 1960. Let's go to the, let's say if this engine survived all these years and it still remains that classic car, and you finally in 2017 you have bought that engine As you can see, now if I increase, let's see here, right. So as you can see, the power and the torque has increased a little bit because the game thinks that these are 2017 parts, not 1960. So let's say that you got this engine and you want to make it as good as this engine should be. The first thing you should do is attack the main problem, which is the exhaust system and the carburetor. But let's start with the exhaust system first. Let's go to a aftermarket headers or header. Yes, headers, because it has two headers. As you can see, we will gain 3 horsepower with the aftermarket one and lose 2 pound-feet of torque. And if we went to a fabricator and he will fabricate a custom headers or custom long tube headers, we will gain more torque but lose some horsepower, as you can see here. So let's stick with the aftermarket for now and just change the mufflers to better ones and increase the exhaust size and the quality because everything is aftermarket. Let's hear the new exhaust system. Alright, the second problem is it's 2017. There is no leaded fuel now, so you have to use 91. You know, because we have increased the years. The engine became more efficient because the game thinks that these are 2017 parts. So you maybe you cannot use 91 right straight away if you have an old engine. Maybe you have to tune it first to 91 when you change the jets in the carburetor and everything. So let's start with 95, so we can more be on the safe side when we tune it. As you have heard, the engine sounds amazing right now with the exhaust because it's the most important mod in my mind always. The second thing we have to attack, which is the carburetor. You can go to injection straight away because these days there are many EFI kits that you can buy. But let's keep it a carburetor one. Let's go to a triple. As you can see, we will gain a little bit of power, but let's switch to a twin barrel. Twin barrel are better than a single barrel, of course, as you can see, and it would look better. How about the twin one? Let's see, 150, 169. Wow, just with a better carburetor, of course. And how about the 4 barrel? Wow, the 4 barrel is even better. Okay, let's switch to a twin 4 barrel carburetor with a performance carburetor and intake manifold and an air filter. Wow, that's gonna be awesome. Let's see, the fuel octane is 86, so we can advance the ignition timing. These old carbureted engines, sometimes they love to get an advanced ignition timing. Some of them, not a lot, but you know, most of them, they just love to just have more ignition time. Of course, when you have more octane, because you don't want to blow the engine up. So let's hear it. The intake is a high performance one and the exhaust is a high performance one. Of course, +5 quality. Right, so let's hear this new bad boy. Wow, just just changing the carburetors and the intake manifold, the exhaust system. Only these. Look at the power difference and the torque. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm impressed. Now the third thing that we should attack, which is the camshaft. We all know that these engines came from the factory with a pathetic small camshaft. Here, where is it? Yes, here. So you have to change that to a high performance one, regardless of the torque. So let's see how big we can go. Right, so 57, which is in the sport range. Let's see RPM, how much we can push this bad boy up. 6,000 RPM, 6,4 RPM, 6,400. And let's see the camshaft, how high it can go. Alright, so 65, which is pure sporty one. Let's see the ignition timing. No, let's keep it that way. Right. Alright, so now we are using 89, so we can go back to 91 octane fuel. And we are now making nearly 250 horsepower, right? No, 260 horsepower. And 244 pound-feet torque. Look at the difference a camshaft can make. Let's hear it. Wow. I like this power curve. It starts really smooth and go up with the RPM. Even the torque will keep up to 4,800 RPM, and then it will start dropping. But look at the power, it's so clean. The naturally aspirated engine, I love when they get a good, reliable power band. I love it. So this engine now is running perfectly. As you can see, the exhaust is a little bit restricted, so let's fix that with a fabricated long tubular, or actually a racing tubular will not make that difference. Actually, it will lose power. Okay, so let's start with the long tubular one with a bigger diameter, and of course a high flow 3-way, because we are using a leaded fuel, and this one should be a plus 10 because it's a fabricated custom one. So let's use this bad boy. Power is amazing right now. Alright, so the next thing we should attack, of course, which is putting a better internals in this engine. So let's crack this engine apart and put the best components we can find on the market. I mean, no need for billet steel. Let's put a forged crankshaft with lightweight forged pistons, of course, with plus 10 quality, aftermarket ones, of course. And let's see, the RPM can go up to, let's say it can go up to 8,700, but let's see, the camshaft cannot keep up, so better camshaft is needed. Let's see, a racing one. Alright, that's plus 10 quality. I mean, we can rev to 8,000 and more, but the camshaft cannot keep up unless we have used a plus 15 quality, which is the most expensive camshaft, I think, for this particular application. Put ignition timing to the max. The exhaust system is still restricting, so a racing tubular is needed with a bigger diameter and a plus 15 quality. Let's see, and of course these pistons that we have used, of course they should have more compression ratio. So let's go 9.7 to 1, which is super high for a carbureted engine. Let's see. Alright, let's hear this bad boy for the first time. Wow, what a sound indeed. Now of course the next thing we should attack, which is why using a 4-barrel carburetor when you can buy an authentic high flow, super flow actually, DCOE, which is an Italian designed and an Italian made carburetor. Let's see if we switch to it. Now here we have 341. Right, here we can make more torque, and here we can make more power. Here, with more throttle response, with a better octane. I know we are burning more fuel, but look at the octane range. I mean, if you buy them super quality, they will be super expensive, but you will gain a lot power. As you can see, exhaust size, which is 3.5 inch, is better. Now the next thing we should attack, which is putting more compression ratio on. Right, so 10.7 to 1 compression ratio on a carbureted engine. Let's see if the RPM can go higher. No, 8,000 is good. 8,000 is the best. Let's hear it. Wow, that was awesome. I mean, you cannot beat that. What else should we do? I mean, we can go crazy to 98 octane, put more compression ratio in, like 11.4 to 1, which will give you more fuel efficiency, more throttle response, and yeah, and it's better in every way. Look at that beast. That is just amazing for a carbureted engine. I mean, that's the max this carbureted version can go, unless you have switched to EFI. Let's start with a mechanical. Let's see, a mechanical fuel injection. Yes, it will make it knock a little bit, but we will gain more power and more fuel efficiency. And as you can see, this is how it looks as a performance mechanical fuel injection. This is standard, as you can see. This is performance and this is race. This is the single one. I mean, it looks like an early version of the Chevrolet Camaro engine. This is how they used to make the cover. It looks like a carburetor, but this is a fuel injection. This is the performance, and this is the racing. Standard performance, yes. So let's see, we gained more power. I'm not going for racing. I mean, I know it's a lot of power, but I want fuel. I want reliability too. So the best mechanical fuel injection will give you 364. Let's hear it. I mean, it will sound the same if you use the performance, but look at the fuel efficiency, which is better than before. The reliability is higher. You know, fuel injection is better. Let's see, single point AFI. It will knock the hell out of the engine. So no, multi-point AFI. Let's see, the single point will look like this. This is the single point standard, and this is the performance, and this is the racing. The EFI, as we all know it, this is the EFI, which we all familiar with. This is the performance, and this is the racing. I mean, the racing is looking sick. Look at that carbon fiber. Wow. And I think this looks like an aluminium or a titanium, the intake manifold. And the per cylinder look like this, similar to the mechanical fuel injection. This is the performance and the racing one. Let's see the performance. Yes, 364 or 349. 364. Awesome. That is the power of EFI. And if you want to go super crazy with direct fuel injection, as you can see, the single look like this, and now the injectors are injecting fuel into the cylinder or the what I call the compression, or the compression chamber or the piston chamber instead of the intake manifold. So let's see, single 349, 351 and 355, 362, 364, 378. Wow, look at the reliability, super high, and look at that carbon fiber. Wow. Now this way, look at the octane value, super low. This way we can bump the compression ratio a lot higher than before. 13.3 to 1. That's the power of direct fuel injection, my friend. And 374 or 385. Alright, let's go crazy here. Let's see how it will sound. Alright, let's see how it will sound. Usually in this part of the video, I always change the valve terrain from push rod to a not from push rod. If I was using a single overhead camshaft, I would change it to to dual overhead camshaft, or or put more valves in it. But as you can see, the push rod style, which will make the block itself only capable of taking the push rod style only. You cannot change it to any other style, as you can see, because the camshaft is in the block itself, not in the cylinder head, so we cannot do anything about it. But if we were using, say, a single overhead camshaft or a direct acting overhead camshaft, we could play with it. But no, in this particular application, no, we cannot. So I really want to go with the 400 horsepower naturally aspirated, but now we have to use magic, and you all know what kind of magic I'm talking about. As you can see, I'm dropping the compression ratio to 10, or it's more actually, 9.0 to 1. Oh yeah, we will really use this one. Carbon ball bearing, medium or large. It's large. As you can see, this is a custom setup. The game will automatically give you a perfect custom setup, which is 11.6 psi, 68.5, 67.5. I mean, it's perfect. Of course, if it was a high quality one. Let's try the turbo default settings from the game itself. The turbo is too big for this application. Let's play with the size. Let's go big with this one, and go small with the turbine. Yes. Perfect, like that, yes. Alright, 70. Look just ridiculous now. No. Now I'm gonna make it. Alright, 64 is good, and the boost, let's turn that up, a little bit. Let's see, the compressor itself is taking the beat. 600. Alright, 20 psi is good. 20 psi is good. More fuel maybe. And we still have room. Alright, 661 horsepower. As you can see, the exhaust size is ridiculous. The turbine is small, the compressor is big, but as you saw, turbine size is perfect. I mean, increasing it more, look, only 2 horsepower, and we will lose the, you know, we will make the turbo lag more boost. 671. Wow. So that's the max this engine can take. Let's more fuel, my friend. And if I want, I increase the boost. I will only gain, you know, torque. Torque is, you know, the main frame here. But I want power, so let's increase the compression ratio. And the game is so choppy. So 746 horsepower. So choppy because of the turbo when you use it and play with the size of it, and look at the shadows and light and everything. Oh, let's hear it again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is episode number 7 of turning a boring, reliable engine into a tuner dream engine. As you can see, we turned it from, I don't know, I forgot, 100 something horsepower to 746 horsepower and 554 pound-feet of torque. Of course, with the help of the magic turbo and 100 octane fuel, which is a racing fuel. I mean, we went crazy this time, but this is the max this engine can take. I mean, let's see, I think we can inject more fuel in, maybe. Yes, a little bit more like this, and we can maybe, yes, go 1 point of compression, 10.9 to 1. I mean, I want to 750. Alright, 750 horsepower. Good. I mean, now the engine is perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, just hit that like button. And if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe and enjoy watching all my previous videos. And stay tuned for more episode later. Not today. You know, just hit that ringing bell button, and you will receive all notifications when I upload a new video. So thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you on another video soon, and bye bye.